Ready, let's roll.
All right. I'm being told we're live. Hello, Retrothon. Welcome back to some turtle stuff over here. We got on deck one of the turtle games that's more like almost like a Metroidvania-esque game. It's actually one of my all-time favorites for the Game Boy. TMT3, Radical Rescue. And yeah, I decided to pick it up for speedrun at some point. Looking forward to show that off, but I'm not alone here. We're doing this as a race. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Rayo?
What's going on, everyone? Rayo here, coming back yet again for another showing of this game. This is actually, I believe, my second time showing it at Retrothon, and a lot more times elsewhere as well. So I'm excited to not only show it off again, but this time race it and have a good time.
It's gonna be a good time for sure. Yeah, it's a great game. It's got cool gameplay. Music is great. Just all around a very awesome title. So a lot to look forward to. Yeah, I guess we'll do a countdown, and then if you're ready.
Yeah, we can just do a countdown from 3, then go from there, and then I guess since we lost El Rock due to work, we can just shoot off the hip and chat along as we do the race.
We'll do that. All right. So countdown in. Are you ready? By the way,
yes. Let's roll.
It keeps going to the demo really quickly, but let's do this. 3.
Yeah, I know.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it just keeps going. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
And of course, I had a reset.
Oh damn! Should I go or?
Just go.
Okay, we'll just go. This game's demo is merciless. Anyway.
It's cool. Yeah, it's the demo is quick, and then if you reset, then you're wasting about a good 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so
but for anyone who hasn't seen the run, I'll go it off Jangle. So anyone who hasn't seen the run before, this is Turtles 3 Radical Rescue. As Jangle had mentioned, it's more of a Retrovania type game. The big story of it is that Michelangelo had to go get pizza as losing a bet. And when he came back, all the turtles, as well as Shredder and April, were captured. And now it's Mikey's turn to shine in the game. And now he must go through an entire maze-like game to rescue all the turtles. Well, we at least hope all the turtles. Hint, hint.
Well, maybe. We'll see how it goes. It's 90% after all.
Of course, I'm deciding to take all the damage early on, so we're just gonna have to play it safe on my end.
Yeah, the beginning part can be pretty tricky because you don't have as much health, and you basically want to make sure that you're able to preserve your health before getting to the first boss, which is going to be Scratch. And Scratch is definitely one of the trollier bosses in the game, so it's off to a somewhat tricky start.
And I hope you're all ready for C-level, C-tier turtle bosses, because that's what you're going to see. No Bebop, no Rocksteady.
Yeah, they're not even here. I mean, there's a lot of other characters there, just not them.
Yeah, they decided to take a well-earned vacation.
Yeah, I mean, they've been in a lot of
So once
games.
you get to the first boss, you're going to have Scratch, who's basically in a jail costume. His main thing is that he likes to charge you, scratch you, hence his name Scratch, and then shoot a massive jail ball right at you.
Yeah, there's the chance that he might quote-unquote break out of his attack and do something else altogether. So it kind of you have to play it by ear and see what happens really at the moment itself.
Yeah, I believe how it works is that if he's starting to wind up his ball attack, if you are close enough, he will change his RNG and he will actually try to scratch you.
Yeah.
And then another thing I meant to mention is that in the game, I just took double damage by accident. That how the game works is that after every 10th foot soldier you kill, you will get a pizza drop that will refill, I believe, 3 health.
I believe so. 3 or no, it's not quite 4.
Yeah,
so
3
you
or
can
4.
get yourself to 4 health if you have 1 health, you get up to 4. But yeah. As Rayo mentioned, every 10th a foot soldier will drop a pizza, so bats, you can hit those, but those won't count for that.
And a lot of times you want to kill your enemies. Oh, the foot soldiers in a certain, you want to kill enough foot soldiers along the way so you know when you're going to be getting a pizza. Just so you know when it's going to appear. Okay, now I need to be careful because my health is super low. And I need to be careful of that bat.
Okay, there's some safeties we're taking for this race. So there's these pizzas that we're grabbing. The one at the beginning is really, really handy since it allows us to, try and do the scratch fights, play a little bit riskier potentially. But yeah, there'll be some other things later on as well. Like just now I picked up a heart container, which is actually part of the regular run, but we're going to be picking up another one of those later on, which kind of extend our health and make it a bit easier to do some of the later sections too.
Yeah, the second heart is all just for safety. It costs you about 10 to 15 seconds, but it helps greatly in the final section of the game. Because in the end of the game, oh, I despawned one of the flying guys because I got the pizza drop, which is what I'm trying to do. At the end of the game, you have to do all of the refights in one go. And if you die in any percent, you get transported to a magical other part of the area because the game doesn't know why you're at where you're at. So we get that extra heart just so we have that safety. And then another thing that both Jangle and I had agreed on is that if you die at the refights, it's game over no matter what. You have to travel 5 minutes to get back to the area.
Yeah.
So we've agreed on that we do have a save state ready at the beginning of the boss rush if you die at the boss rush, just so we can finish.
Yeah, the boss rush in any percent can be pretty brutal if you're deciding, especially if you're not deciding to go for additional safeties. You really have to manage your health, and there are some things you can grab in the beginning, but you, like the extra pizza you have, you may want to carry that all the way through the boss rush if possible, because just to account for anything that might pop up. But first we got some other stuff to do. I'm almost at the next boss fight, which thankfully is easier than Scratch. I would say it's actually the easiest boss in the game.
Oh, good! I got a pizza drop just at the spikes. Yeah, I'm about exactly I'm just about pretty much the distance from having to restart away. So I'm just about one screen away from Mr. Mole Man.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this boss has the ability to stun, so we're basically trying to jump in the air at certain moments just to prevent taking possible damage, and so we can kind of fly around it really. And in this case, we're still playing a lot with Mikey, since we can basically use the nunchucks as a helicopter. We also have saved one of the other. We've saved Leonardo in the meantime. Who can drill through blocks, and we've actually used that to get one of the passes just now.
Yeah, so how the game works is that every turtle that you rescue does have a specific power that allows you to move on to another section of the game. But for the most part, we're pretty much only going to be Mikey, except for the parts where we have to play as Leonardo or Raph.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's Mikey all the way. For one, he has the longest reach. If you don't notice unless you see it, but in the mole fight, his reach is actually just longer than
the
mole's
attack.
Actually, I'm gonna play it safe because just like what happened in my last run, I didn't have the pizza and I took a death well before I was able to do the death warp, and that killed the run. So, I'm gonna play it safe.
Yeah, safety is a good thing to have. Also, the part after this mole fight, I do typically wind up having an extra pizza just to make sure that I can set up for this next thing. So, I've now come to the point where I've saved Raphael, and Raphael can turn himself into a shield, and we can use that to get through certain smaller gaps. And in this case, we'll need that to grab the pass. And there's a tight bit of health management here because we want to make sure that we grab the pass, and that will take a death warp, which actually takes us to an earlier part of the game, which is pretty helpful for the route.
Yeah, somehow I'm actually happy I got a pizza just before the flame section, where I have to use RAF, because I was down to 4. Now I have enough health to take all the damage. Take damage from the rock from the first rock thrower, then from the second one, get past him, get the key, and take the death warp, which is an intentional.
If it all goes well,
thing.
Yeah, if it all goes well, you will have exactly enough health for that. But in this case, if all goes well, we might have enough health to wait a little bit, have a little bit of downtime.
And again, since we are in a marathon setting in a race, I'm gonna be getting the pizza that's just past the 2 falling boulders, because just want to play it safe. Even though we will be there is one along the way, but if I can keep this pizza, I can not have to get the other one. But now, Jangle and I have this, even though he's a little ahead of me, we're going to be doing a little trick that allows us to not have to save Donatello or Splinter. Oops, spoilers. Yes.
Spoilers, yeah, we're not going to save everybody.
Yeah. Nope, Donatello and Splinter will be kind of forced to have to rot in their cells for ever.
Yeah, supposedly there's other characters in the game, and it's any percent, so therefore we're not saving them. Sorry.
Oopsies.
Yeah, we have this pass, and normally we would use it on a different door, but we're going to use it on a door that we're going to go through later. I'm going to open it up now, but we'll be getting back to this area at some other point, just setting up for things to come.
Yeah, because the game actually doesn't want you to open this door just yet, but they forgot to program it in that you can't open this until later. So you can get this key and then get another one that we left earlier near Scratch, return, and use that key towards the end of the game. All in all, I believe there are 5 keys, but you can skip 2 of them because they're actually part of another section.
The funny thing is, even in there's also a 100% category where you wind up picking all of the items, up all of the items and all of the key cards. The thing is, you don't actually wind up every single door as far as I remember, because I have run that category for a little bit as well, but apparently you don't need to do that.
Yeah, 100% something else I need to get into.
It's also a very fun addition to this as well. Like it's
a lot safer.
It's also a lot safer. Yeah, you grab all of the health, so it does that. But also, yeah, in terms of exploration, there's you basically see the entire game, and well, you save everybody, so you know, it's just a really fun extra minutes that get added to the game. There we go. Also, I'm kind of expecting that pizza drop at some point. I've come to the point where I have picked up another key card, and with that we're gonna head all the way back up here. Also, one thing I should point out, there's this one platform I can jump on, but you're not supposed to be able to get on there, but if you do like a neutral jump and then go sideways at the very end, you can sort of clip onto that platform. So it's a little sequence break in that sense.
It's kind of interesting because I ran the old route before the new one was put into place, where you didn't take the death warp and you only had to do that jump twice. And it's funny how now with the new route you have to do it 3 times.
Yeah, they just keep adding things to it. They just keep adding.
All right, time to get the safety heart.
Yeah, I actually grabbed it a little bit earlier. Like the first time I got there, I'm typically grabbing it.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you get it first. I get it on the second comeback.
Ooh.
In the end, it's the same time loss. It's just depending on when you want to get it.
Yeah, exactly. All down to preference.
Okay, I hope you're all on my end are enjoying Raphael, because it's the last time you're going to see him. And actually, I believe it's the last time you're going to see Leonardo as well. I don't believe you see anyone once you enter the final stretch, as I call it.
Yeah, it's pretty much Mikey now from here on out.
Yeah, so on the final stretch area, we start seeing one brand new enemy, basically like the super foot soldier, who takes 2 hits and has very long iframes.
There's a couple we tried to jump over as well, and the occasional one that we tried to yeet off a platform.
Yeah, luckily they still cost the same amount of damage, and so almost got hit by the little robot dog, whatever they're called.
Okay, I'm in the laser room
on my
right
side.
now.
I'm gonna yeet him. Oh, you're in the laser room already.
Yeah, I'm in the laser room. I'm trying to get the one cycle. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it though. I made this slight mistake. Just missed it. If you play it very precisely, you can actually get onto that one platform in one cycle. That was cool.
You're just one room behind me.
Yeah, it seems like we're pretty close.
Missed the one cycle by just a hair.
It's always a fun little bit of swag to get. No big deal if you don't, but...
I'm gonna manipulate the flying guys so they don't hit me with their missiles.
Oh.
Okay, hopefully I timed it right, then one of the next 2 or 3 enemies should drop me a pizza.
Okay. That was probably the toughest room, full of Kaiser blocks and all the sort of shenanigans. Gotta be patient mostly. But there we go. For me, it's time for the boss rush.
There it is. Where everything hinges on RNG. My game's audio is so low, I couldn't hear the flames.
Yeah, that can be a thing, I guess. There's a certain audio cue for that one room that I want to use.
So now I'm just hitting the refights. And the one thing I didn't mention is that every single boss, I wouldn't say it's manipulable, but it's easy to know their patterns because they've got a very set pattern, so you can figure out what to anticipate in terms of an attack.
Okay, that's one down.
Like with Scratch obviously being the hardest due to his actual Scratch ability, but Mole, again, like I said, is the easiest to anticipate because he doesn't really have many far-ranging attacks. Like if he jumps back, he's always going to jump over you. If he jumps up, he's always just going to punch you.
Yeah, at least the attacks are pretty predictable that way. There's some attacks that take a little bit longer, like when the mole's kind of flying in the air like that. Wait a little bit, but usually there's a bit of an iframe window anyway, so you have to wait a few moments regardless.
And the one thing is that once the first person's done with Mr. Mole Man, you're actually going to see the 2 bosses that we actually skipped because of the route.
Wait, you're telling me there's more than 2 bosses?
Spoilers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. All he's doing is jumping in the air.
I've had it a couple of times in practice. It's so annoying.
Like, I don't mind if he jumps, but jump after your iframes go away so I can jump kick you.
Now for Retrothon, who I've literally never seen before. It's got this...
Which I learned during D-Rust that he's going to shoot a laser that can cause a lot of, not knockback, but he's going to stun you.
Yeah.
Which gives him the ability to actually hit you twice along the way. But I learned that when he shoots it, if you watch his feet, you'll know exactly what he's going to do after he shoots the laser.
Yeah, you found that out recently, didn't you? Like,
yes.
That's very convenient.
Oh my god, I can actually hear the music now. So I realized I can't hear anything. Makes it hard to do the audio cues. So the big thing is you actually want to try to keep especially your pizza all the way to the end, so you basically have 2 health refills. Just because Shredder has 2 forms, so it's good to have that little backup. But now...
Oh, that was a bit rough.
I'm just getting to the last refight boss. Snail Tail.
I was
in which he has an extremely predictable pattern you can do.
I lost my pizza. That's I've had a lot of really unfortunate corner hits there, so that made it quite tough to do.
But on my end, I'm pretty much trying to get him to throw his fire and then go above him to force him to attack, which will then cause him to actually jump, and you can repeat that pattern constantly until he's gone.
Yeah, at least also the follow-up jump is really consistent in that regard too, so...
So, alrighty, Shredder time on my end.
Yeah, I'm
so
on him as well.
He's actually not super hard, but you do want a specific attack all the time, and you don't want him to chase you.
And the kick.
So the best thing you actually want him to shoot his flame, because he'll sit there and it gives you some chance to get an attack in. But you still want to be careful of this fire, because this fire does 4 hits of damage.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in a... Oh, this is bad. I'm in a tight spot right there. I'm dead. I'm dead.
No!
I'm gonna retry the boss rush. Damn.
Oh, that stinks. Right at Shredder too.
Yeah, Snail Tail also just, the previous boss just also was really, really rough, but the rest before that was like really good, so.
Yeah, so I'm just getting to Super Shredder, which is the second form of Shredder. If you think the music sounds familiar, it's actually just Turtle 2 in the NES's Shredder fight song.
Yeah.
So they basically took the music, which was good but okay in this game, and just turned it up to 11.
Yeah, they really did, yeah.
So Shredder in the second form he's pretty much the same fight. He gets 2 extra attacks, in which he jumps back and does a small little kick towards you, or he'll do the flame attack, but from up in the sky, and then do a kick down. But again, everything is pretty much readable, so you know what's always going to be coming. And that really stinks that you had to die right at Shredder.
Yeah, and it was before the second phase as well. Like, that was just rough and had a lot of really, just bad attacks that were kind of tough to deal with. And I just had time. GG's.
So yeah, that was actually we were very close pretty much the entire run up until just that unfortunate death.
Yeah, I think it's easy enough with some practice to get really close times, especially if you're going for the same safeties too. So, in terms of plays, very similarly.
The only thing that's different in terms of if you know the run is that it's pretty much the RNG of a couple of the bosses.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back on bus 3. See if this goes a little bit better. Honestly, I'm glad that I made the save state, otherwise it was pretty much going to be done for.
Hence why I said early on, let's just add it in so you can at least have a finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my time was about 22:14, which...
Yeah, you also was like a sub 23 still. I also have a timer running. I have no idea what it will... It might still be on the estimate, actually, all considering. Our estimate was like 27 minutes, I think.
It was 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes?
It was 30 minutes. From here, you have 1 fight. 2 fights, I mean. Yeah, you should finish around 26, 27 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it's just you have to... the closer you get to Shredder, the more you have to redo, really. So that's just how it goes, really. Okay, I'm just gonna... Last time around, I had this thing where I was trying to...
I always just... There we go. I always just wait until he throws his fire. Like, I don't try to mess with him.
In a certain way, it's not too bad to go for that pattern relay. It's just that if it messes up and he starts blowing you backwards, it's a little bit tougher to deal with. But if you know how to bypass that, that's not too bad, actually. Okay, back to Shredder. And now I have a pizza, so this definitely should go better.
Yeah, I was looking at my time, and like, if I didn't get my PB during D-Rust, I would have only been like 10 seconds off my PB, my old PB.
So close, damn. Yeah, I've had a couple of 22s in practice, so... Okay,
I almost got podium. No, I'll let you focus, but yeah, so I almost got podium during D-Rust, but after that I was like, you know what, I might as well just hold off. Like, let's not get too crazy on practicing.
it's very tempting to try and skip those things altogether.
Yeah. Let's just worry about race. But let's have you focus on Shredder now. Looks like you're just about halfway done.
Yeah, still a couple hits to go.
At least on the game screen, because I'm watching through RGL.
Ah, okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, on to the second phase.
You got the extra pizza, so you are pretty much good to go.
Yeah, it should be good. The one thing I like about that one attack is that where he sends that thing downwards, is that you can do like a flying attack and then do like a mid-air attack kick. I just love that. As soon as I found out that was the thing that you could do, made it a lot more doable. A little bit of a corner there. Of course, he loves to do that multiple times. Okay, at least I have a bit of room now.
Oh god, doing the flame attack right in the middle of the room is not fun.
That is not fun. Oh, anyway. That's that. I'm gonna save April, and that's also Cowabunga, or sorry, time for me as well.
Nice.
And done.
GG.
Oh goodness. Well, if only that last part didn't go sideways, but otherwise I would say pretty damn fine run.
I mean, yeah, it was still a good run overall. I mean, just that one hiccup, but you can pretty much call it an even race.
Yeah, pretty much. This is such an awesome game. I'm really glad that I decided to learn this. Like, I know that you have been running this game for a couple of years now, Rayo, but yeah, I'm very glad to pick this up last year. Like I said, it was one of my childhood favorites, so getting back to it in that fashion was a really sweet revisit.
Nice. Yeah, I never learned about this until the Tiny 10, which is why I actually ended up learning it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, that's going to be it for us for now. ... Because I believe both Janglestorm and myself have runs tomorrow. Well, tomorrow morning my time. Probably early afternoon for you, Jangle. But I know you have 2 games, and
like that.
Yeah, I guess I'll be back tomorrow late morning for the Mask, which is a game I'm fully scared of. And for you, Jangle, why don't you?
Yeah, I got.
Why don't you finish up with tomorrow?
Yeah, I got my last 2 runs coming up tomorrow. Squidlet, which is not for Game Boy, but it's got very much a Game Boy setting going on. Really cute little indie platformer with squidlets and whatnot. And after that, I'll be doing a run of Oscar, the Super Nintendo version, which is completely different, but also should be a fun watch. So hope to see you tomorrow for that and much more.